everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. Today I'm going to be talking about the immigration changes that have been happening because of COVID-19 as regards to holders of tier 2 visas and tier 4 visas and also tier 1 visas in the UK, and also people who are in the UK with a visitor's visa. I'm going to be talking about the changes that have been brought in place and also about IELTS examinations. Starting off, I'm going to start with that concerns nurses and overseas nurses especially. So the Ukvi has said IELTS centers will be open in specific countries. So what you need to do is to go onto the IELTS website and click on your country and the place where you want to do your test. Then you can find out if you are going to be able to do your test or not. If you do not have testing dates, you're going to find it out there, and if you have testing dates, kudos to you, then you should be able to do your IELTS examination in the paper format. For Nigeria, I did go to look and I found out that they could do testing in Lagos. So here you go. I know the testing situation is going to be changed. However, it's possible to write your examinations in Nigeria. And for places where you cannot do your examinations in paper-based or written format, they have introduced the IELTS indicator examinations. However, this IELTS indicator examination was not specifically made for professionals. It did say it was for students. So let's tread with caution. Now, the IELTS indicator test is just a test basically that's going to be done online with your English speaking examination done online via a video call. The quality and the authenticity of the examination is going to be the same and the same level of difficulty. However, it's supposed to help students to ensure they do not miss their admissions or their applications into school just because of the COVID situation. A lot of things are changing because of COVID. Even for doctors who are writing their training examinations, like you all know, for GP examinations, there has been an online examination by Pearson VUE for them to do their testing for their GP training selection process. So they do not need to go and do a face-to-face personal test. All they need to do is to do their test in their rooms, in the comfort of their house. However, it's going to be proctored and be monitored, and a lot of them have done the examination, so things will still go on even after the COVID. That is that about examinations.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle.
And for nurses who are here who are waiting for their OSCE examinations, you do know that your visas have been extended to the end of the year. However, there is a caveat. The Ukvi has said if you do not pass your OSCE in your first sitting, you have until the 31st of March 2021 to pass your OSCE. So if you do your exams after December, you must pass your exams before March 2021. Now you cannot apply for your visas at any centers because all the VAC centers are closed temporarily because of the COVID. However, if you are someone who had gotten your visa that was 30 days, like you know when you get your visa, you're given a 30 days period to come into the UK and collect your BRP. Now if you fall into this category of persons who have gotten their visas already and were not able to travel or make it to the UK before the lockdown and the travel restrictions and ban, then you have to send an email to a link which I'm going to be writing up here and request with a subject replacement visas for 30 days. Now in that email you have to put your name, your date of birth, your country of origin, your GWF reference number of your visa, and request a replacement visa. Now when the VAC centers are reopened, they're going to give you a new visa to enable you to travel back to the UK and join your family. If you are on global startup visa and you are not able to travel also, they have said you may have the opportunity to get your visas given to you, but you just have to reapply again, and they're going to consider it on a case-by-case basis to give you your visa. Now for students who are supposed to be on a tier 4 visa, or for tier 2 applicants who are in the UK and they are waiting for a response or their visas to be approved so they can start their work on a tier 2 visa or to start their studies on a tier 4 visa, the Ukvi has come out to say that you can go ahead and start your work or your study on a tier 2 or a tier 4 visa, provided you have a valid sponsor for your tier 2 and your tier 4 visa, provided you have a valid certificate or you have been allocated a valid certificate of sponsorship or a certificate of acceptance for studies. Now you must have this valid document and also show this to your employer or to your educational body, and you must have submitted your application before your current visa expired. Now this is for people who are wanting to switch to education or those who are trying to switch from education to tier 2 visas. Now before your current visa expired, you must have applied for your tier 2 or your tier 4 visa, and then you must have a valid COS or a valid CAS, which is certificate of acceptance of studies or a certificate of sponsorship, and you must have a valid sponsor for your tier 2 visa or your tier 4 visa. If you have all of these in place, you can go ahead and start your tier 2 job or start your tier 4 studies. However, they have said terms of your visa will remain so until you have a decision. If they go ahead and have a decision and your visa is denied, you will have to stop your job and you have to stop your studies. So make sure you have all these documents before you go ahead so that your visa will not be denied. UKVI has also extended visas for people who are critical workers or key workers, and they have updated this list to include a whole lot of professions. I'm going to be linking the professions that are supposed to be on this list here. So if you have a confusion if you are entitled to this extension or not, you're going to find a list of people who are entitled to this extension, and this is for those whose visas are due to expire before the 1st of October 2020. You have an automatic visa extension and you do not have to pay the IHS fee or any visa fee. If you have any concerns or queries, you need to send an email to the link which I'm going to be writing down here below and ask your questions. And if you do want to call the center, you can call the centers. However, charges may apply. Now if you're in the visa and your leave to remain expires before 31st of March, the UKVI has said your visas will be extended to the 31st of May. However, you have to send an email to a link which I'm going to be writing above here so that they can approve your extension. Now you're supposed to receive a letter that states that your visa has been extended, but if you do not receive this letter, I do know with everything concerning UKVI, once you've made an application before your visa extends, they assume that you have applied for an extension, and we hope by the end of the 31st of May they're going to let us know what's going to happen, because as things stand, I don't think they're still going to be allowing people to travel out of the UK. And for Nigeria, I do know that international travels will not even start until June, so hopefully by then something will be done about extending visas. However, if you need to switch to a long-term visa, this is for those who do not intend to stay in the UK for a long term, especially those who are on a visitor's visa and who will always come back to the UK through the visiting route. If you do wish to stay in the UK a long term, for instance for a tier 2 visa or a tier 4 visa, and you know normally you are expected to go back to your home country and apply for that visa before the 31st of March, if you needed to do this, then you can do the application here in the UK and you do not need to travel. Now you have to meet the requirements for the visa that you're applying for before the 31st of May. You have to meet the requirement for the visa you're applying for and then apply for these long-term tier 4 or tier 2 visas in the UK while you are in the UK without traveling to your home country. Now for those who are expected to take their BRP when they come to the UK after 14 days, as it is, you always know they send you a letter telling you to come to the UK after you reach the UK, go and collect your BRP in 14 days. They are saying you will not be penalized for not picking up your BRP within 14 days. As we all know, there's a lockdown, the transport system may not be working as all, so if you're not able to pick up a BRP within 14 days, don't worry, you will not be penalized. You can always pick up your BRP after 14 days or whenever you deem it fit or you're able to go and pick up your BRP. So, and all these are going to be in place till the 31st of December 2020. And for Britons who are stuck abroad needing a passport, you will not be able to get a passport. However, you can apply for an emergency travel document to enable you travel out of the country where you are. And for work hours for people who are on a tier 2, tier 4 visa, or student visas, you do know that you're usually restricted to 20 hours extra work. However, this restriction has been lifted. You can work for as much as you want as far as you're working for the NHS. So if you're working for the NHS, you can work as much hours, and even if your second job means going to another trust to work, you do not have a trouble. You can work in another trust for as many hours as possible, and your employer does not need to contact the UKVI about this because you're working for the NHS and contributing your quota. So work as much as you can and earn as much money as you can. Now for the tier 1 entrepreneur visas, who are expected to have 2 persons at least who they have employed for consecutively for 12 months, they are saying now that you don't need to prove that you've employed 2 persons consecutively for 12 months, that the 12 months can be within different people over different months of the year. So if you are not able to meet your requirement because the jobs have been affected or because your staffs have been furlonged, those who are furlonged will not count for your 12 months. However, they have said if you do not meet your requirements for renewal of the visa, they will give you opportunity to stay back and meet the requirements of the visa by employing people and being able to employ people for 12 months as an entrepreneur who is on a tier 1 visa. So if you are in this category of persons who need to prove that they've employed people over time, and these jobs you are not able to prove that because of the whole no job situation, don't worry, you have time to prove your requirements. Your visas will be extended for you to be able to meet your eligibility criteria. Now for as many whose visa applications were cancelled, they have come to say that your status will not be affected as with every other thing. However, when the vac centers open, you can always go back and do your appointments and your visas will be considered. And for those who do not wish to stay in the UK for long periods, when all this is over, you can always go back and your ability to come back to the UK will not be affected. And for those who intend to stay in the UK for long time periods and who would normally need to travel home to apply for their visas, you don't need to travel. You can apply for your visa up until the 31st of May so that they can give you your long-term visa to work in the UK. And this category is mainly for nurses and doctors who need a tier 2 visa or a tier 4 visa to work in the UK. So that is the update I have concerning immigration in the UK. I hope you like this and I hope it added value to you. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask in the comment section. If you like this video, do give it a like, a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Thank you for watching. I love you all as always. Do watch out for any other updates that do come up, as I'll be giving them to you back to back. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I love you all. Remain blessed, remain safe, and stay beautiful. Bye.